Yo, TBI people, we got a deck profile today. Since today is the first day we got to Buddy Rave, we have to do an Iron deck profile. Because this shit is secreted out. So we got the Iron flag.
Well, as secret as possible.
Where secret is possible. Where secret is possible. So we got the Iron flag, the only flag with a legitimate ability. Starts with 12 life and 4 cards in hand, and instead of having specific cards to the world, anything with the dragon attribute, or dragon in the word for attribute thing. Our buddy is Twin Demon Dragon's a hawk, and I'll explain him when we get to it. So it starts with size 1s, which is very odd in an Iron deck. Most people know what this does, you know, throwing and all that junk, but I love size 1s. So we got Black Death Dragon Abigail. This is a great beater for a quick thing, and sometimes once I've sat on Ozzy for too long, I have way too many cards in hand, or dead cards or something, so I discard and free mills and destruction for as many as I want. Otherwise, you know, 6,000, it's a good beater. Then we've got 3 Legendary Messiah Tsuku, should not be a dragon. Just, why is it a dragon?
Because of the SPR having Jack in it.
You make me sad, Bushy Road. Dungeon World monster, 1000 Rapier Dragon in stats, and when it enters the field, gain a gauge and a life, and it dies as soon as it attacks. Simple enough. And if I have size 1s or enough for a full field, it's actually a good way to get off a quadruple offensive. It actually works. 4 of Dragonite Drawbitch.
Like a straw.
Drawbitch. Basically, this is 1s across the board, size included. When it enters the field, if my flag is Dragon Iron, then we draw a card once per turn. Simple enough. Otherwise, it's a piece of shit vanilla. So Dragonite Drawbitch. This is completely useless in regular Dragon World. I don't know why. It's mainly from the Dragon Iron special deck, so that's why it's a thing. Next, we go on size 2s. We got our 1-ofs, which is an Omni Lord, 5th Omni Crimson Dragon Lord, Drum. So this card's broken when you use it with the original sword from the old secret pack. It can save me nulls. It's good that it's 6,000 for attack, because sometimes I play it and just, you know, sit on a beater and pay a life to change the attack target to it if the attack is originally going to me. Also, I love the fact that I can use that ability and it doesn't eat up my counter timing. So I can still shield if I feel like it for some reason. Now we've got 2 new guys. Cursed Dragon Tragros, the only wild dragon I will ever touch, because wild dragons can suck a dick. 5/2/5, size 2, pay gauge. When it enters the field, I can do one of 2 things. Cast a set straight from the drop zone, which is what it's good for in Ancient World, or I can bring a size 4 back to my hand, which is why it's an Ein. And lifelink 1. Definitely worth the lifelink 1. Now, 3 Dragonite Pizza. Tap it for a draw, can only do it once per turn. Simple enough. 4 of my buddy. We know the name. Size 2, 4/2/4.
5/2/4.
5/2/4. When it enters the field, I can pay 2 life to search Dragon Throne or Ozzy Dahaka. So the worst thing to do is to play 2 of these in 1 turn to set up your play, but I can usually make it wait a turn. He's good as a vanilla after his ability goes off, or if you choose not to use it, because he can't be hit by crossbow, and 2 of these things does actually end up fucking things. As well as, I mean, it's Twin Demon Dragon's a hawk, but it's just good. Buddy Gift makes it so the first time you use this ability, if you're Buddy Gifting, you're only paying 1 life. I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's really brain dead card. Size 3s, we only play 2. Rescue Dragon and Immortal Spirit. Because this is dumb as fuck, because it's a dragon. I mean, I would play Force Arms if that was a dragon. It'd be dumb, but I'd do it. Pay 2 gauge. When it destroys a monster by an attack, I draw a card, and it has double attack. So 8/1/6 size 3. Its stats are not good for punching to the face, but give me
Great
draws.
for board wipes and draws.
Exactly. 2 of our new Ozzy, which is Yearner of Extinction, size 4. The reason you're playing this deck, 2,000 or 2 critical and 10,000 defense and 10,000 power, has penetrate and double attack, as well as the usual Ozzy abilities, counting its 3 gauge call cost. Then we have 3 copies of the original Ozzy, which is 10-3-10 single attacks, and original Ozzy attacks everything at once, so nulls are a little weird, but if it destroys, if it deals damage, then you destroy an item. So this is where my all items. So fuck Dungeon World. This is where my item destruction comes from. 3 gauge and does all the stuff. Size 4, beast. Let's get to spells. We have some standard stuff. We've got our green dragon shields, blue dragon shields, black dragon shields. Now, why do I run more black over green? One answer. Impact monsters.
I was gonna say just effect damage.
Scared or effect damage, but impact monsters mainly. Scared as fuck. Let's admit, we're all scared as fuck. Run max black dragon shields. Also, it's the same card pretty much. The other reason you play the Iron Flag, Dragon Throne. It's a Darkness Dragon World spell that's free to cast. Can only be cast if your flag is Dragon Iron. Makes your size limit 4, so ends up being broken. Size 1s and 3s on the field at the same time.
It can't be destroyed.
Can't be, as long as you don't nullify the specific cast instance, this card cannot be destroyed, nullified, or returned to hand. So,
and same goes for your item.
Same goes for my item. So Frozen Stars, what is that? Draw spells. You can't go anywhere in this deck without these. Dragon Emperor Legend, Giant Dragon Cation. Do I really need to explain this shit? I mean, it's all over the web now.
Yeah.
Once per turn, gain a gauge and a life and draw. Pay 2 life to draw 2 cards once per turn. Simple enough. I mean, there's not much else to it. Now we have Ikaruga, Demonic Demise Sword. When an Ozzy Dahaka is destroyed, you can search out an Occult Gwalnif. There are 2 kinds, and I'll get to the second one in a second. This one is 6 crit, 2,000 power, nullifies
12,000.
12,000. Fucking shit. It's the dumbest sword around. Chaos. And it nullifies all single card attacks to yourself, which is where your shields come in to nullify all link attacks. And says fuck you to Solgar, so Aster can go suck it up. And then we have the new sword, Wicked Dragon Lord sword. So it's 15,000 power, 2 crit, can't be nullified if it's attacking alone, has double attack. So the thing is, with the swords and with the Ozzies, besides the buddy zone, when it comes to searching them from the deck or equipping them and things like that, one basically is treated as the other. So this Ozzy is treated as that Ozzy, vice versa, same with the swords. It's really dumb. You just can't buddy call with 7 copies. That's the only dumb thing. And that is the main deck. So we have a sideboard. We've got maximum skill Breaking Flames.
Screw centers.
Just to fuck over centers.
Most people probably don't know what this card does.
This card is a promo, so it's pay 3 gauge. It's an impact that you can't have a center and you must have 5 life or less, which happens a lot in this deck. So if your opponent has a center, you can move it to another position. So I can potentially fuck over a center, destroy a size 0, and then deal 3 damage on top.
Wait till 3v202. You go against God Jaeger, move it to the side.
Yes. All the yes. Move Revolted Jaeger to the side, said fuck you to everything else.
Move Seegers, move any center-based deck out of the way so you don't have to do
Now, I play a 9-card sideboard so far. I'm thinking about that last 1 card. Everything else is more offensive. This is about my 1 defensive card right now, thinking about changing it. 100 Demon Sorcerer Renee Shiro. Now, my deck is pretty offensive on its own. It's more of a tempo without this card. That's why most people play this in the main. It basically, in my opinion, is to set up for a combo if I feel like it. Once per turn, I can destroy a monster on my field and gain 1 gauge. Use this on Ozzy, you get a free sword and a bunch more attacks during your attack phase. Or if you have another monster and Ozzy is not a problem here, you can use it to avoid Penetrate, which is happening a lot in this meta. Dark Energy. So I have a personal favoritism for this card, and it fucks over things. It's like, you think you're gonna get around Ozzy. Nah, brah. Don't even. Next, we have 1 more copy of the sword to switch out for an original sword in case I don't need defenses, and 2 impact monsters, Ball Dragon Rising, because pop a free center and vanilla to push for that last thing after Renee Shiro. In my version of the deck, you don't side this without Renee Shiro. It's just a dumb idea otherwise. And that is every card in my Ein deck. Yay.
Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe for more Buddy Fight videos.
Thank you very much. See you later.